Ho ho ho! Greetings and salutations, ladies and gents. Now, some birds like me are used to the cold. Winter never bothered me anyway. Even though Christmas is over, I'm still in the spirit, and that's why I'm wearing a Santa hat. Plus, I'm going to review my all-time favorite movie, Frozen. Is this review going to give you frostbite? Let's find out.
Oh, the weather outside is frightful, but the fire is so delightful. And since we've no place to go, let it snow, let it snow, let it snow.
The story. I'm going to start this by talking about the story. When the newly crowned queen of the kingdom of Arendelle, Elsa, accidentally curses her kingdom in permanent winter, her fearless sister, Princess Anna, teams up with a mountaineer named Kristoff, his reindeer Sven, and a comedic snowman named Olaf to find Elsa and persuade her to remove the icy spell. The journey leads them to harsh conditions and magic at every turn. Why is this my favorite movie of all time, you ask? Because I love the relationship between Anna and Elsa, but my favorite moment in the film is when the sisters embrace each other after Elsa thawed Arendelle, which warms my heart. I'd say this movie is predictable because the film is not just about a frozen kingdom, but also a frozen childhood bond between the sisters that Anna wants to rekindle. The animation. I'm now going to talk about the animation. When the king pulls the book off the shelf to figure out where to find the trolls, the book is written in Nordic runes, originating from Scandinavia, where the film crew drew much inspiration. These runes were the basis for the dwarf runes used in J.R.R. Tolkien's The Lord of the Rings. A map that falls out of the book resembles the map of the Lonely Mountain seen in The Hobbit. The horses featured in the film are all Norwegian fjord horses. They are one of the oldest breeds and have been used in Norway for hundreds of years, and as the film shows, are known for their distinct dark stripe that runs through the center of the mane. Manes are typically cut to a mohawk-like crescent shape to emphasize this feature and the breed's neck. The one minor liberty taken in the film is that this is a very short, if robust, breed. Horses in this film are shown to be a good 4 through 6 foot taller than their real-life counterparts. In the beginning of the movie, when Anna bursts out of her room stating it was Coronation Day, the pictures on the wall show a series of pictures that can relate other Disney movies, such as Rapunzel, Beauty and the Beast, and Cinderella. When the gates open during the song For the First Time in Forever, Rapunzel and Flynn Rider from Tangled make cameos. In addition to their cameo during that song, when Anna dances through the room full of paintings, she stops in front of Jean Honor Fragonard's The Swing, which was the inspiration for the visual style of Tangled. When Anna and Hans are singing Love is an Open Door in front of the clock is a parody of Big Ben in the 1953 Disney movie Peter Pan. During Let It Go, Elsa releases the clasp on her purple cape, which the wind promptly takes away far from the mountain. Purple is the traditional color of royalty. This moment can be seen as her letting go of the responsibilities of being a queen. The chandelier in Elsa's ice castle is similar to the nature-inspired chandeliers and lamps by the Danish designer P.H. Paul Penningsen. Elsa's castle needed at least 50 animators to create. It took 9 months for the castle to be completed. When Oaken is standing talking to Anna within his trading post, you can see small figurines of the original concept art for Frozen's trolls. They appear on the right side looking a bit like fur balls with eyes, legs, big noses, and arms. During the song In Summer, His dance with 4 seagulls is a nod to Bert's dance with 4 penguins from Mary Poppins, which is another Disney movie. In early designs, the giant snow monster that Elsa creates was a giant version of Olaf who addressed him as little brother. But it was later decided that although it was cute and kind of funny, it ultimately looked a bit dumb. Elsa's ice castle changes color with her emotions. Blue is happy, red is fear, and yellow is anger. The male trolls wear blue or green crystals, while in contrast, the female trolls wear pink or red crystals. Whenever a specific troll sings, his or her crystals light up. Grandpappy is the only troll to wear a different colored crystal necklace, yellow. When the snow monster scares Hans and the other men, the monster's initial gesture and facial expression are almost exactly like Sully's when he scares Boo in Monsters, Inc. Visiting Norway was obviously essential in coming up with the design aesthetic for Frozen in terms of color, light, and atmosphere. According to Michael Giacomo, there were 3 important takeaways from the research trip in making Frozen unique to the Disney canon. The fjords, which are narrow inlets surrounded by massive vertical rock formations and serve as the setting for the secluded Arendelle kingdom. The medieval stave churches, whose rustic triangular roof lines and shingles inspired the castle compound, and the Rosamaling folk art whose distinctive paneling and grid patterns informed the architecture, decor, and costumes. Michael Giacomo, the film's art director, is well known for his exuberant art direction for Pocahontas, which was the last time he served as art director at Walt Disney Animation Studios. Frozen marked his return to the studio after being fired when Home on the Range disastrously and embarrassingly bombed with critics and audiences. It caused massive layoffs and the short-lived demise of traditional animation. Production design and art direction for Frozen is greatly inspired by the works of Mary Blair in 1950's Cinderella and 1953's Peter Pan, and that of Eyvind Earle in the 1959 film Sleeping Beauty. The most complex frame in the movie required over 132 hours to render. During pre-production on the film's production, art, lighting, and design leads teams went to Wyoming, Quebec, Canada, and Norway in order to study and gain an appreciation for the environment for the film, such as walking through snow in Wyoming, making observations of how light reflects and refracts on snow and ice in Quebec, Canada, and to gain an inspirational natural look on ice, mountains, water, and other elements needed for the story in Norway. The characters. Now I'm going to talk about the characters of the movie. Princess Anna is the optimistic princess of Arendelle who teams up with Kristoff, Sven, and Olaf to help her find Elsa to remove the wintry curse set on the kingdom. Due to her being cooped up in the castle for years, she became lonely and wanted someone to spend her whole life with. So when she meets and falls in love with Prince Hans, she agrees to marry him even though they only knew each other for a day. Then there's Queen Elsa, who is the queen of snow and ice. After her childhood accident that nearly killed Anna, she isolated herself for years. After her powers were exposed publicly, she runs away from home to live her own life and built herself a palace of ice far away from humankind. She is similar to Elphaba from the Broadway musical Wicked. Both are portrayed by Idina Menzel. They are daughters of influential parents. Both have special powers that they try to hide, yet they manifest them unwillingly in front of a crowd. And both eventually embrace their magic powers and become objects of public hatred and outcasts from society. Kristoff is a mountaineer who lives with his reindeer Sven. Anna gets him to help her find Elsa, and along the way, they start falling in love and know each other the proper way than she did with Hans. And there's Olaf the snowman, who dreams of experiencing summer. In the end, his dream comes true when Elsa gives him a snow flurry that allows him to live in the summer. Prince Hans is the youngest prince of his 12 brothers from the Southern Isles, meaning he can't take the throne, so he decided to marry someone else far away. At first he is thought to be Anna's dream prince, but he is later revealed to be a devil in disguise wanting to rule the kingdom for himself. The characters of Hans, Kristoff, Anna, and Sven are a reference to Hans Christian Andersen, the author of The Snow Queen. Say the names quickly in sequence and hear the similarity. A live reindeer was brought into the animating studios for animators to study its movements and mannerisms for the reindeer character Sven. Co-director Jennifer Lee said it was the best moment during production for her. The minor characters, Kai and Gerda, are named for the main characters of the original story of the Snow Queen. During early development of the film, when Elsa was still meant to be the villain of the film, the design of Elsa was inspired by Bette Midler. Olaf's name is a clue to his character's purpose in providing comic relief. It can be interpreted to mean, oh, laugh. The names Sven and Olaf from Frozen are the same names as the characters from Titanic, from whom Jack wins his Titanic tickets in a poker game. Olaf and Sven are also the name of the two Swedes at the beginning of the film when they were betting their tickets to Fabrizio and Jack. Ironically, both films are the highest grossing films and deal with ice. The name given to the ice monster is Marshmallow. Kristen Bell, Princess Anna's voice, starred in the TV show Veronica Mars. Her devoted fans are called Marshmallows. So, like I said, this is my all-time favorite movie. Here's what I have to say about it. As of April 11th, 2014, Frozen became both the highest-grossing animated and musical film of all time and the 9th highest-grossing film of all time, with a worldwide box office gross of $1.97 billion. Upon winning the Golden Globe Award for Best Animated Feature Film, Frozen became the first full-length Disney animated feature film to win the award for the category after the studio was nominated 4 times before. Frozen is also the first Disney animated feature film to win a Golden Globe since the 1999 film Tarzan, which was also directed by Chris Buck. Over 24 minutes of the film is dedicated to musical sequences. Frozen is the first Walt Disney Animation Studios motion picture to win an Academy Award since Tarzan 1999 in 2000, their first motion picture ever to win the Academy Award for Best Animated Feature of the Year, and their first motion picture to win multiple Academy Awards, Best Original Song, Let It Go, and Best Animated Feature Film since Pocahontas in 1996. The original Danish fairy tale by Hans Christian Andersen, on which this film is based, is a personal favorite work of Her Majesty, the Queen of Denmark, Margrethe II. All of the songs in the movie were written by the same people and on the same day. That is why the songs have a similar melody and have some of the same rhymes such as door and more. That's all I have for you. Again, this is a Christmas special, even though Christmas is over. So I'll see you later, and Merry Late Christmas, everyone.
When we finally kiss goodnight, how I'll hate going out in the storm. But if you really grab me tight, all the way home I'll be warm. Oh, the fire is slowly dying, and my dear, we're still goodbye. But as long as you love me so, let it snow.